Well, the worst result for Leaf fans occurred tonight. Am I shocked? Honestly, no. You knew the Panthers were going to come out flying. You don't go to back-to-back cup finals and win a Stanley Cup and lay down and die. It's just not going to happen. You knew Florida was going to come up with a big punch. They started the game strong. Got 4 power plays in the first period, including a couple seconds with the two-man advantage. And it didn't happen on the two-man advantage, but they buried one late in the first period, basically off of that. And it was unfortunate, right? Leafs could have built on the momentum if you kill off those penalties, go into the break, killing off 4 straight penalties, and you're feeling good about things. Instead, you give up that late first period goal to Carter Verhaeghe with under 5 to play, and you're down 1-0. Shots are 15-4 in favor of Panthers after one. Joe Woll somehow is keeping this team in it. And you go into the second period trying to find your legs, right? You knew you were going to get some power plays after that. They ended up getting 3, and I got to say, I'm not going to sit here and blame officials. Was I ready to yell and scream at the officials in the first period? Yes. But was I ready to yell and scream at the officials for what the penalties were? No. I thought they were genuine calls. OEL flipping one out of the glass. There's a hooking call in there somewhere. Those were penalties. And it's frustrating to Leaf fan because you're looking at them like, fellas, can we not keep shooting ourselves in the foot here, please? But it was some of the non-calls on Florida, like the elbow to Mitch Marner. It's been surfacing on Twitter. Kulikov's got the chicken wing out there, hits him right in the back of the head. There's obviously no call there, and it's just, okay, it's kind of sad. But regardless, they're not the reason the result happened today. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know why? A few things. 1, you score 0 goals, you're going to win 0 games. It's plain and simple. Also, your 3 power plays that you had, I'm not going to do a deep dive on it, but it felt like the best scoring chances on all 3 power plays were shorthanded chances from the Panthers. The power plays were pathetic. Regardless if the Leafs got an extra 1 here and there, would that have changed the game? I mean, I guess maybe, just with the odds, I guess, of maybe getting an opportunity to score. Sure. But the way that power play looked tonight was pathetic. Were the Panthers hounding you defensively? Yes, they played a great hockey game. A really sound, grindy, tough defensive hockey game. And the Leafs couldn't get anything going. They got absolutely nothing going. In the second period, where you thought the Leafs might find their legs and get a couple power play shots, were 14-8 in favor of the Panthers. They had all the zone time, all the chances. It was all Panthers in the second period. And I tweeted it after the period was over. I don't know how it was still 1-0 after 2. I have no clue. You're getting outshot 29-12, and it's a 1-0 hockey game. In the third period, yeah, the Leafs started to find their legs a little bit, had some chances, but when you get opportunities in games like this where they're giving up nothing, you got to capitalize. Matthew Knies has that breakaway. I'm not saying, I'm not going to fault him and get pissy with him because he's been so good in this postseason. But you got a breakaway like that, you miss the net completely. It's kind of tough. And let's be honest. I mean, I'm sure we can go. And Sam Bennett scores off a horrific turnover at the blue line. And you look at when Sam Bennett is kind of going around Joe Woll. Look where Tanev and Jake McCabe are. At the other post and tied up with the other guy. Sam Bennett's all alone. It's not great. And he buries it, his 5th of the playoffs at 12:09, and it seals the deal. Leafs tried it with the empty net. They outshoot them 11-8 in the third period. Whatever. Get outshot 37-23 for the game. The chances were off the charts. The possession was off the charts. Sure, the Leafs dominated the faceoff dot 33-19, but it didn't matter in this game. Special teams-wise, they were 1 for 6, but that 1 for is all they needed. Leafs were 0 for 3. We would hit them. You know what that means? You didn't have the puck. So there's that. The only reason you were in this game today, Joe Woll, 2 goals, 37 shots. I mean, he was outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding. The only reason this Leaf team was even close today. And now I have to have a gripe with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. All the talk about Mitch Marner this season has been about the contract. And all the talk about Mitchie has been, well, he's a 100-point guy now, right? He had some moments in the first round, and he's got some pretty good playoff numbers. These are back-to-back playoff games now. Okay? You can look at this up. back-to-back playoff games. He played 22 minutes and 12 seconds today. He played 25-57 in the last game. All right? You want to know how many shots on goal Mitch Marner has? I know he's a passer more than a shooter, but how many shots does he have? 0 combined. He's not taken a shot on net and hit the net in 2 games. It's unacceptable. It's flat out unacceptable. Austin Matthews, 3 shots today in 20 minutes. Like, what else can you say? And another missed shot. You look at that power play. He had one blasting slap shot, missed the net completely. You know, games like this are what remind me of Leaf teams in the past. Teams can't score in the postseason. And, one goal here, one goal there, and it burns you. Leaf fans needed a split. You didn't get it. You go back to Toronto, and it's a 2-2 series. Do I feel confident? No. Remember that after game 2, I was like, I'm all the way back. This team feels different. Yeah, well, that's gone. I mean, that's the ride of the playoffs, right? That's the ride of watching sports. You get vibes when your team had won, 3 straight games and won the first 2 games in a series that no one even expected you to win 1, let alone 2. But you go back to my round 2 preview. I said Florida in 6. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. I can't tell the freaking future. But what I do know is at least come home for game 5 on Wednesday, and they need to win. Like, I know it may not seem like a game 7 or an elimination game or a must win. It feels like it. They go back to Florida for game 6. If you're down 3-2 and you need to win that game, doesn't feel great, especially after you would have lost 3 in a row at that point. Feels like the Leafs absolutely need to win game 5 to at least get 2 shots and knocking those guys out. You know? I don't know what else to say. They didn't play very well. Florida played just so tight defensively. Bobrovsky, sure, he had a shutout. I didn't think he was tested very much at all. Made a couple good saves here and there, but everything was to the perimeter. A lot of one-and-dones. You can see the puck quite a bit. You know, I just thought the defense and the team in front of him played outstanding. Question is, can the Leafs rebound from this? Well, all the talk this playoffs has been about this team being different because of Craig Berube and the ability to bounce back and get this team ready, regardless of the result that night. Okay, Craig. Last game, Joe Wall wasn't great. Team scored a bunch of goals, blew a 3-1 lead, lost in overtime, a tough one. The next game, nothing going at all. You'll get shut out 2-0. How are the Leafs going to come out in game 5? What's the result going to be in game 5? If the Leafs go out there in game 5 and win that hockey game, Craig Berube's got something going on. They go out there and they lose and they look pathetic like they did in game 5 against Ottawa, or even tonight if you want to say, then maybe it is still the same. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But after a game like this where nobody had anything going, guys like Bobby McMahon hasn't scored in like 8 years, it feels like. He's getting nothing going other than, he had 12 minutes in penalties today. So I guess there's that. Austin Matthews hasn't scored a goal this series. He hasn't scored since that that fluff ball that he scored in game 5 against game 6 against the Sens. He has 2 goals this postseason. Guess what, Leafs Nation? Remember the last time the Leafs played the Panthers? Now it only lasted 5 games. Matthews didn't score in that series either. He hasn't scored in the first 4 of this series. He doesn't score against the Florida Panthers a lot in general. We need a game, and I'm going to end it off with this. If you're the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, or screw that. If you're the captain of any hockey franchise, and you want to win the Stanley Cup, you got to make an impact. And I don't mean being a glorified Philip Deneau or David Camp. I need you to be Austin Matthews. Whether that's sniping goals, whether that's flying through the neutral zone, making your presence known. Doesn't feel that way right now. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. Marner, Matthews, calling both of you guys out. Show us. Show us this year is different. Mitch Marner, show us that you're worth this bazillion amount of dollars that you want. Show us. Prove every Leaf fan wrong that has ever talked garbage about you and probably what's all over social media right now. Prove it wrong. go out there and lay an egg, you're just proving all the doubters right. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and not the game. Hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Yes, not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Jays Edition Tuesday as they are hosting the Tampa Bay Rays at Rogers Center. Shane Baz and Jose Barrios at 7:07. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Wednesday night, Game 5, Scotiabank Arena. We need that place bumping because the Leafs need to come out flying. Got to get the first goal at least and go out there and win a hockey game. All right, so thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game tonight. Talk to you guys then.